Becoming one through communication. Let's talk about that today. Hello, welcome to True Love Talk. My name is Bridget Erhabor, and today I want us to talk about the all important topic of communication. Communication is a very, very vital area of marriage. It has to do with the exchange of information. However, communication is not communication until the other party has understood what you are saying. Because many times, some of the things that you hear in marriage is that, when you're arguing, I'm sure you've been, I did that one time. I used to early on in my marriage. And if I say it, it's not going to be strange to you, where you say something like, well, you said that, but this was what you meant. Oh, oh, wow. And this is the areas that we need to iron out. We need to iron out because we cannot assume anything. And that's why in communication, there's a place of learning how to communicate with your spouse. Why would you need to learn how to communicate with your spouse? Because many times you come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different mindsets. Yes. However, the true love marriage relationship, you may be coming from different backgrounds, different mindsets, and all of that, but you have to synchronize your marriage relationship with your new background in Christ, with who you now are as a believer in Christ. You see, communication is so important that even before God made man, He said to the Godhead, let us make man in our own image and likeness. He communicated. And then after He made man, He told man what He expected of him in the garden. About the tree he should eat from, the one that he can't touch, about freedom to name the animals, to dress the garden, and things like that. The communication was clear. And even throughout his relationship with Adam in the garden, he will come down in the evening and he will talk with Adam. This is a very vital area of our relationship. And sometimes many miss this, many avoid this. But you see, fellowship is the word koinonia, which we've already defined. It's about sharing, pouring into the same cup, drinking from the same cup. And in a marriage relationship, there is no closer relationship than that. And so the communication in marriage is very vital. It cannot actually be overemphasized. And so when we synchronize our marriage relationship with who we now are in Christ, it actually makes communication much easier, because now you can come to the table, you can come to have discussions without strife, without anger, without preconceived notions. You just come in love, come in humility, come to pay attention to what the other person is saying, come to take mental notes about how to communicate with your new partner. I said something, I just mentioned about paying attention to what the other person is saying. Why? Because many times, unfortunately, one of the things that I've seen that happens is that when people are communicating or having a time of discussion, when one person is talking, the other person is not really listening to what they're saying. They are loading their weapons, just thinking about what they are going to say in response to what the person is saying. You can't resolve issues like that, because true love wants to resolve issues. That's why true love takes the time to learn how to communicate, to understand each other, to do whatever it takes to make sure that there is clear communication and that things flow smoothly as they should flow in the marriage relationship. And I'll tell you what my husband and I have done. My husband and I, like I always say to you, have been married for 26 years. And one of the things that we have done in the early stages of our marriage, we don't do it so much now. I can hardly even remember the last time we did it. But we did it earlier on in our marriage, which has brought us to this place where, as you can tell, I have a happy marriage to the glory of God. I'm not saying that we don't deal with issues, we deal with issues, but it's bliss. So one of the things that we did was that we took the time to talk all night. Yes. All night. Not once, not twice, not three times. Okay, I guess I can count it on one hand. But we took time to discuss, and sometimes we went all night, trashing out issues, learning to understand what's up with the situation, what's to deal with this, how to deal with this. And one of the things that we did in those times of our discussions and in learning how to communicate, to understand one another, is that we agreed never to use negative words. I want to encourage you to take that, to do the same, take this advice, do the same. Our negative words we never to use was you never, you always, maybe yours might be different. But you never and you always are common words that I've discovered that many use in communicating. You never do this, you always do that. That's actually anti faith. And I didn't know that until I began to look at it again. It's anti-faith. It means that you're leaving no room for change or for forgiveness, because we expect to change, we expect things to turn around. So we don't want to come back and say you never, you always. It's almost like an accusation. And many times when people feel accused or they feel that there's so much negativity, it actually puts them more on the defensive than on wanting to change. And so you want to use more positive statements. As a matter of fact, for us, what positive looked like was that we dealt with each issue as a fresh one. Now, is that to say that, maybe we didn't refer to maybe something that had happened before, and you maybe referring to it because it seemed to have repeated itself, but you refer to it in a way that is not like, oh, that's how you are, you never change and things like that. No, 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 no. But you refer to it in saying that, oh, we talked about this before, but this came up and all of that. You want to check that, you want to adjust that. And so it just causes things to be more, more appealing, more amiable, just more easy to deal with. And so taking the time, even if you have to suffer through long all night discussions, it is well worth it. And why do I say that? My children, I have grown children, married, as well as adult children and teenage children and young children. They can all testify to the fact that they have never seen us carry any kind of malice for any length of time. There is nothing, zero malice in our relationship. Like, oh, mom is not talking to dad. dad and mom are carrying a face for each other. Nothing like that, because we dealt with everything that we needed to deal with earlier on in our marriage through proper communication. And so, yes, I want to encourage you, don't give up. Becoming one requires clear communication, and sometimes it's tough. But keep talking. Keep talking these things out. And very soon you will learn to understand how to communicate more effectively, and your marriage will be better for it. I hope that you have been blessed. Until next time, like, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in another True Love Talk. God bless.